But now let's go to tennis, and in tennis, the Barcelona Open is clearly the biggest tennis event ongoing, and it just been concluded at the weekend with Carlos Alcaraz, the homeboy, being defeated at the Barcelona Open title. Hugo Rune of Denmark was the conqueror of the homeboy. 7-6, 6-2 he ended. Mike, this looks like the very first ATP tour for the Hugo Rune, and of course the biggest since Paris Masters about 2 years ago. But the attention is more on the homeboy Carlos Alcaraz that was expected to win at home. Home fans must have been disappointed.
For sure, they should be, especially taking a look at his last outing in Monte Carlo Masters, where he was able to win that very one. At that point, we thought, yeah, he's been able to rediscover his mojo and his winning magic, but then quite disappointing that even at his own home soil, he couldn't make it count, despite getting to the final. Good one that he got to the final, but then he should have been able to, see it off to ensure that he win that very one and get over Hugo Rune, who also was very hungry as well for that title, because I think it was 2002 last that he won, such major, silverware. Though he's been trying to do his best, but ever since then, he's not ever getting close to any major, final out there. But this time around, he said that he had to, derive strength from what Novak Djokovic did to same Carlos Alcaraz in the Olympic, and that is where he got his, idea and strength to actually overcome the Spanish, player. Talking about Carlos Alcaraz, disappointing one for the homeboy, but then a glorious and accelerating moment for Hugo Rune.
Hugo Rune now will be into the top 10 in the next few hours from now, just about 2 hours from now. It should be among the ATP top 10 latest.
Yeah, of course, it should be. If you take a look at the point margin that he was able to accumulate in this year's edition of the Barcelona Masters, I think he deserves to be there, because his previous point was very, very close to getting to that top 10. This time around, winning the Barcelona Open was more like, added incentive, to add to his previous points accumulation. Top 10, and it is not surprising for me. Big congratulations for him.
Talking about Rune taking out Carlos Alcaraz, and something interesting there at the post-match, he was of the opinion that he had a lot of inspiration. Novak Djokovic haven't beaten Carlos Alcaraz at the Olympics final, and so he believed that he could learn one or two from that incident and overcome the homeboy, and that exactly he did.
Yes, of course, it was more like his inspiration. That was I said earlier. Though these are two friends for quite a long time, but then when it has to do with competitive edge on the court out there, just like what you see in the football pitch, even if you are playing against your biological brother, so long as you're on the pitch of play and you're playing for opposite team, you don't really get to put or attach much sentiment or because of your blood brother. You just need to do your job professionally, out there, because when the adrenaline is flowing, you don't even tend to remember some of those things. So away from the friendship, he had to do his job by deriving strength, experience from what Novak Djokovic did to him, in the last Olympic game out there.
Talking about defeat for Carlos Alcaraz, former world number 2. Yes, I could say that former world number 2, because in the next 2 hours from now, he will be the world number 3. And Alexander Zverev, courtesy of his win over Ben Shelton at the same Barcelona Open, will be now world number 2. Mike, talking about ranking released in the next 2 hours, Carlos Alcaraz slipping down, and will you expect that to go further? Because we saw his medical form not good enough. He had a timeout at the Barcelona Open, and very young player, you will say, but very plagued with injury.
Yeah, it's part and parcel of the sporting world. Injury, you can't take it off the system, but then I think with this incessant injury for Carlos Alcaraz, I doubt if he can be able to even maintain that top 3, for a very long time right now. Because if you take a look at some of those big name players that are also doubling down on his neck in terms of the rating and rankings, they are almost very close to him. The point disparity 1,000 points, some 400 points, some 800 points. So you take a look at it, you know, from that prism, you discover that if he does not buckle up and sit up properly, he might even further be pegged back to even 6, 7, or 8, or probably away from the top 10. That is, if he does not maintain consistency, it is certain that he's not going to stay in that top 3 for a very long time. He has just been overshadowed by, you know, Zverev right now, dethroning him. Zverev has taken the world number 2 as we speak. So further, if he does not maintain consistency, I doubt if he can even stay within top 5 in the next month.
Talking about world number 2 in the next few hours from now, Alexander Zverev, he was winner at the Munich Open. He beat Shelton straight set, 6-2, 6-love. And what a way to celebrate his birthday. His 28th birthday was on Sunday, and he did that in grand style.
Yeah, more like the euphoria of the Easter brought a whole lot of good news and joy for him. You know, marking your birthday in Easter, Eve, then also climbing to top 2 in the world. I mean, it is his season, and you just need to enjoy this very moment while it lasts.